Hello and welcome again. In this tutorial, we are going to build an API that will convert YouTube video to MP3. What it will do is we will give it a YouTube URL using a post request, and then the API will convert. First, the API will download the video and then it will convert the video to MP3 using FFmpeg. We can use Python or we can use JavaScript. But for this video, we are going to use FastAPI and Python to achieve this task. This is a very useful use case where we need an MP3 file from a YouTube video. Okay, so let's start building this. First of all, we are going to use ChatGPT, okay, to build this application because it is a very common task and ChatGPT can help us build it very fast. Okay, so let's create a folder first. I will go into desktop and then I will go to YouTube. I will now create a folder, basically mkdir YouTube to MP3, change directory to YouTube to MP3, and I will open it in the VS Code. Why I am building this tutorial? Because I have a course which is AI song generator, and inside that course there is a application for this API. That's why we are building this API. And if you are watching this video as a part of the course series, that is great. You can watch this tutorial and create this API, and then we are going to use this API from the next video. Okay. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, that's very cool. You can watch this as a single tutorial and you can deploy it as an API somewhere and use it inside any of your project. So that's all for the introduction. Now we will create this API very fast. So what are the things we need? We will also deploy it to the server. We will deploy it to Railway. Okay, so let me open the Chrome. We will deploy it to Railway, and basically what is Railway? Let me show you. Railway.com. Let's search it. So this is a platform which helps us in deploying applications very easily. So we just have to do a few clicks and there we go. And that's how we will deploy it. It would be very easy. So now let's start creating this. So we are going to use ChatGPT as I said. Okay, so it's a very straightforward task. So let's go to ChatGPT and let me open it. And I will use GPT-3 so that you can also follow along. I am not going to use GPT-4 because it's paid. I'm going to use GPT 3.5. Here is GPT 3.5 and I will give it a task. Give me a fast API. Give me a fast API app that converts YouTube video to MP3. That's all. Also give me installation instruction and a requirements.txt file. We can specify the package which we are going to use. We are going to use something called YTDL, and here we are going to use YouTube DL. It will help us to download the MP3 video. Okay, so let's copy this. We can directly use it, YouTube DL. This is the information we already know, and we will say to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will generate it for us. Okay, and hit enter, and there we go. It will create the whole thing. You can see convert to MP3. It will output it. This is the sub-processor which will run, and that's all. But here is the thing. It doesn't give us okay. So we have did some mistake. We have said YouTube video. Instead, what we want to get the MP3 from YouTube URL like this. Now it will give us. You can see it is using YouTube DL, and this is the download video thing. It will download this video inside like a temporary file, and that's all. os.remove, give me the whole code. We will specify more. Okay, what we are going to do. Okay, save the video in a random temp file, or there is a package which we can use also, but yeah, it is good. Randomly name temp file, convert it to MP3. And now we will give it another instruction. So now we have the MP3. We need a public URL to get the MP3. So we can deploy it to Supabase. Okay, we can deploy it to Supabase, and for this we can use Supabase docs. So let's go to Supabase storage Python docs. Let's find it. Here you can see this is a Supabase community package, and let's go and see. Yeah, you can see download a file from storage, upload a file. So this is how we upload a file to a Supabase bucket. We can copy this code we only need to upload a file. We only need this thing. So we can say upload the MP3 to Supabase storage using this function. Okay, and we will initialize Supabase and we will do stuff with it. Okay, and let's also find how to initialize our Supabase instance. So we can initialize it like this, like that. Okay, so let's copy it also and give it. And this is how you can initialize Supabase. Paste here. Now you can see we are saying it convert step 1, save the video in randomly named temp file. Give me the whole code of the below process. Get the video from YouTube URL, save the video, convert it to MP3, upload the MP3 and send back the MP3 URL in the request. That's all. And how to create a public URL from the from a file. Okay, so let's find it. Let's find it where it is. So I think when we do this, we should be able to get the thing. Okay, that's all. And we can now send it this prompt. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, this is pretty straightforward and very easy, and you just need to follow me along. Okay, so now you can see we are getting, so this Supabase key should be private, otherwise it won't work. So the Supabase key which we will use is not the NN key, it is, let me show you which key I am conveying here. Okay, so let's go to this one, AI song generator. This is the course which I have released recently, and this tutorial is the part of that course, but I am releasing it on YouTube so that you can also build a YouTube to MP3 converter easily using ChatGPT. So hover over it and go to storage, not in the storage. What we want the project setting. Inside the project setting, go to API, and this is the thing which we need, service role. This is the secret key which has the ability to bypass row level security, and that's what we want. If we use this, we won't have any problem of security policies, and we will be able to easily upload the MP3 file that we have converted from a YouTube video. So you can see this now ChatGPT has given us the code. So temp video file, random choice, and that's good. MP4 temp MP3 file is this, best video, best audio, convert the video to MP3 using FFmpeg. That's good. Now here we are converting this and uploading. Okay, so here we are converting. Here this is our Supabase storage bucket name, and that's all. You can see this is our post method, and this is the whole thing which we need. Okay, so let's copy this thing, and that's all. Create a, now we can also ask it the instruction so that we can initialize our FastAPI application. So it has given us the instruction before as well. You can see first we have to create a virtual environment using this. So copy the code. You can create virtual environment, or it is not necessary. Let's skip this thing. Okay, let's skip this thing. So we need the requirement.txt. This is necessary, and we need the other thing which is main.py. That's all we need. We can use the global environment instead of virtual one. Virtual environment means the packages will be installed inside this workspace, and if we have already installed the dependency in our global environment, then still we have to install it in the local environment. But I have already installed the Supabase and everything in the global environment, so I don't need to create this virtual environment. So that's okay. Now let's copy this code. If you don't understood what I said, you can just follow along and it will be good. Copy this thing. Okay, this is not the thing which we need to copy. This is the command to start the FastAPI server. Okay, let's go to the below. This is our code. Copy this. Control A, Control V. You can see we are os.environment, and this is the environment variable. Let's create a .env file, and let's also create a .gitignore file. Okay, so we need to make sure that we don't commit anything unnecessary. .gitignore, and to generate a gitignore, we have a few things. Generate gitignore. This is a thing which we can use, and we can list out what we need, where we are working. So Python, FastAPI. We can just enter the Python. Okay, so Python FastAPI. Do we have FastAPI? No. We can copy this thing. This is our gitignore, so we don't copy any .env file. You can see .env. So it won't be committed to GitHub if we push this directly to GitHub. I will push this so you can look at it, what we have done. And this is where we will use this. Supabase URL is equal to Supabase key is equal to. And now let's go to our Supabase here, and I will copy this Supabase URL. I will copy my Supabase key, which is this one, like this. Save this, and now we have the access to this Supabase client. And now what the requirements we have? We have a few requirements, which is Supabase. And let's go to the requirement in the ChatGPT. Give me the requirements.txt file for the above. So these are the requirements we need. FastAPI, UV code, YouTube DL, Supabase Pi. So copy this thing, paste here, and now what we can do, we can install all the requirements over here. So this we have to do when we deploy this application to the server. So you can install this. I have already installed this. You can see already satisfied. But if we deploy it, we need this thing. Okay, that's cool. Now the other thing, sub process, we also need FFmpeg, and this will be when this will be deployed, we have to install FFmpeg in the Docker, and that I would tell you how to do that. But for now, let's just stick to it. If you don't have already installed FFmpeg, so you can ask it, give me the, instead of asking ChatGPT, because the commands may have got old. So what you can do is you can search install FFmpeg Python. This is the package, and another one, install FFmpeg and your operating system OS. So I have Mac OS, so I will say Mac OS, and here you will find all the commands to install. You can search the commands. For now, we won't need this thing because I have already installed. But if I didn't already install, what I would do, I would go to install FFmpeg Mac OS, and I will use mostly the brew because I am on Mac. This is a great thing, FFmpeg homebrew formula. I will go and run this command, brew install FFmpeg, and it will install FFmpeg into my machine. Okay, now we have everything to go. I have FFmpeg. I have already installed these requirements, YouTube DL, Supabase, FastAPI, and this is how I am downloading the video. We will see if this code is not running properly, or if this code has some errors. We will fix them and we will move forward. And this is our API route. This is our FastAPI server. Everything is looking good, but the one thing we have missed is we also need to specify the main thing, which is where it is. Okay, haven't gave us main run code for FastAPI. So basically there is one code which we need. So if you visit FastAPI docs, FastAPI, if you search FastAPI and if you go to first steps here, this is a thing which is good basically. So that we can check if our app is running or not. Okay, so let's also copy this thing. Now everything is looking good. We have our environment variables, we have our code, but we need to do a few things. The bucket name is not photos, so let's create the bucket name over here. Go to storage, create a new bucket. It is also created, so we will say it is a songs. So if you haven't created a bucket, just click here, new bucket, and create a bucket and make it public, because we will delete this thing very soon. Like when we generate a music, and inside the application, inside the course, which for that I'm creating this API, what I will do, when the user will generate or train a model for generating new AI songs, and when user like put a URL, then I will convert it to MP3, and then after converting it to MP3, I will create a song, and after converting the song, I will delete all the files inside the public bucket. You can make it public because I don't want you to get into security issues for now, so you can get it public for now. This is not the production advice, but yeah, you can do it for now. It's pretty easy. Now our bucket name is pub songs, and here we are uploading our thing, and we can now print out this data, what we are getting over here, data dot. Yeah, so this is a data dot. I think, what are we getting here? So yeah, we can print the data, and we can also print getting uploaded to Supabase, and then we are returning this MP3 URL from this post request. Now let's run this server. To run this server, what we need to do is let's clear the terminal, uvcon main app reload, hit enter, and now we will see if we got any errors. You can see we got some errors. Start a reload processor using watch files. Okay, so we have got the error. Let's see what is the error. From Supabase create. So I think let's go to the Supabase docs. Something is related to Supabase, or yeah, this is correct. But first we have to get the env. Here you can see we are not importing the env first. So we have to import the env. We have to install a .env package. So you can search .env Python. Now this is the package which we need. Now open this thing, copy this thing, and this is how we need to load the env from our env file. Okay, open the new terminal, pip install python.env and paste it also inside the requirement.txt file. And to load the env, what we will do, we will use this thing from .env load env. Here what we will do, here we will do this, and then we will load the env before everything. Okay, now let's close the server and run it again. It should work. Okay, so it is saying go true or something is not working. Okay, so we'll see what is not working very soon. We will fix this issue as well. Let's see. So process is started. So the issue was basically here when I went through the Supabase Py documentation. Here you can see we need to run this command pip install Supabase. But previously what we have used inside the requirement.txt, we have installed Supabase Py, which is not the correct package, or it is the deprecated package. That's why what we need to do is we need to install the latest version of Supabase. So run pip install python, not this one. Run pip install Supabase in the new terminal and hit enter, and then the things will work out. Okay, you can see our application is starting. And if you now go to localhost 8000, you will see we are able to see the message which is hello world, which is this route. Okay, now what we will do, we need to check if the functionality is working or not. Okay, then we will deploy this application to Railway. So to test this out, what we need to use is we can use Postman, or we can use Thunder Client inside our VS Code. So Thunder Client is a extension which you can install it over here, but we are going to use Postman because it's nice. The UI is better. Okay, so let's open this. Why we need to deploy this and can't use directly like inside our JS? Because this is our Python, and inside my AI song generator course I'm using JavaScript, and I'm hosting it on some serverless platform like Vercel or somewhere, and I want to communicate it with some API. That's why we will host it on some other platform. So it will be like our other service, which is very useful inside our application. Okay, to convert a YouTube video to MP3. So basically, what is the use case of this? So when user enters the YouTube URL inside the app, in the background, we will convert it into MP3 and give it to replicate. And what I am saying, you don't have to worry about if you are watching on YouTube. If you are watching this as a part of course, then you have to think about it, what I am doing. Okay, like the process of AI song generation. Otherwise, let's move on and create a new request, which is generate MP3 from YouTube URL, like that. And what we need to do is let's create a post request to localhost 8000/convert. So this is our route. So instead of convert, let's call it convert YouTube URL to okay, convert is nice. Convert is nice basically. Let's keep it convert. Currently also you can see we don't have any authentication functionality inside our application. So wherever we host this, we will host it on a random domain so that user can't get to know this. Or what we can do, we can create some mechanism, simple authentication mechanism, like let's create a secret token or something. And to generate a secret token, what we can use something, I don't know, this is open SSL, random and base 64 and 32 or 64. Let's go for 64. Hit enter, and you can see this is the secret which we got. This is a command to generate a random string. Let's paste it over here. So you can see this is our secret string, which is looking good. And now here what we can do, we can use this and we can pass this inside our API. This is a basics authentication functionality, and the secret token is required to move forward inside the application. So here you can see secret key, and this is string. So you can see I'm using snake case because we are inside Python os.get environment, where it is, not os.env.get, and we have our secret token here, and we will check if this secret token will match to the post request header. Okay, so to check this functionality, what we can do, this is the function. Here we will pass the URL. We need to check the headers of the request. So to check the header request, what we will do, let's go to FastAPI documentation and let's check the header parameter. Here you can click over here and you can import the header as well from FastAPI. here you can see we are importing FastAPI responses. Let's import the header, and here we can use the header like this, okay, directly, simple. So the secret we will pass to our header, which is secret key. Okay, so this is our header which we will pass, and it will be string. So we can use something like this. Let's copy this thing, paste over here, and where this coming from, this is from typing. So it's basically similar to what we will call like inside the TypeScript, inside the JS ecosystem we have TypeScript, here we have the typing. Okay, so this is the thing. This can be string or this can be none. It is coming from header which we have imported from FastAPI, and it can be none. Okay, so instead of user agent, what we need the secret key, and we will pass this as the header of our request. And this is our basic authentication stuff. So if this secret key matches from local secret key, so here we can say local secret key. Okay, so if this what here we can do, if we can say if secret key is not equal to basically local secret key. So we inside JavaScript we use two equal, here we use one equal. Okay, so if secret key is not equal to this, what we can do, we can return a HTTP exception like this. We can raise an HTTP status code would be, here you can see status code would be 403, and detail would be not allowed. That's a simple authentication mechanism. Now here we will go, here we will send this request, and let's see what is happening. So here you can see the query, something is required. URL is required, which is, let's pass the URL here. So this is the post request. Why it is post request? Because this is app.post. Okay, the whole code is generated with ChatGPT, and now we are modifying it according to our needs. And that's a approach we take in building applications in today's era, in today's AI boom. Here you can see this is the URL. This is what the URL is. This is the YouTube video URL. So we can let me open this YouTube, and let's go to Club of Coders. Here you can see this is the tutorial which I have posted yesterday, and let's get a simple shorter video which we want to convert from. Yeah, let's go for it. Or we can also get the music URL. So let's try the music, world top music, and we will get something. Okay, so let's copy this URL, and we will use this to pass in our request, and let's send this. Now you can see field require value dot. So this is kind of, I don't know, but this is query. So I think it is like this. This is the query param it is needed. If we send it, you can see detail not allowed. So this is the query param, and here this is how we can send the request directly. But this is not a good way to send a request. I would prefer like this request body method instead of the query param, but okay, it works, both works. But you can see not allowed. Instead of detail error, not allowed. And here we can pass our secret key inside the header. So let's go to headers. This is our secret key, and secret key should match to this one. Okay, and now if we send this request, it will download the video and convert it and give us the MP3 URL of the Despacito song. Okay, now let's send this request. It is still saying not allowed. Why is that? I don't know. Secret key. Let's print out what we are getting over here. Let's send this. Here we are getting the none. Okay, I don't know why. And let's also print out local secret key. If we send this request, and this is our local secret key, that's cool. Inside the header, this is user agent, this is secret key. So I think secret key, just like that. Hit enter. Now it is working. You can see we have to pass the header like this, secret key. And now our both secret key matches, and it will move towards the function, and it is, you can see most. Okay, so it is downloading all the videos. I don't know why. Downloading playlist. It is just download the video. Okay, so we have to add this thing, otherwise it is downloading the whole thing. Okay, which is bad. Detail unable to extract, report this issue. That's cool. Now what we need to do is here we are, let's go to this function. Here we are download and convert video. Here we are where it is. Here we are downloading the URL, but we don't want to download the whole playlist. So we will add this thing, this parameter, no playlist. Best video, extract MP4, best audio. Okay, so no playlist is specified in YTDL. No playlist. Let's go to, you can see it is downloading all the videos. We don't want to download all the videos. So we have to do the fix. We can ask ChatGPT to do it for us. Otherwise we have to look in the code how to use this thing. Let's go to, these are the things. let's search for no playlist. Yeah, download only. This is the thing which we need to do. It should be by default this option, otherwise this option doesn't make sense. But yeah, but where do we specify these parameters? This is a format, this is the temp video. Okay, let's go below. Let's search YouTube DL Python, and here we go. We can directly extract the video instead of using the FFmpeg, I think. But yeah, and this is a code ChatGPT has given us. Format, let's find out the format thing. Format selection, best audio. Here we are using the best audio and best video. But why it is using the best video? We don't need the best video. So you can see this is the command. This is how we pass if we use this in the terminal. This is a playlist. Download Udemy course, keeping each chapter separate. Cool. Okay, these are the documentation for Python. Let's find out the thing we need. Yeah, here are the stuff. Post processor, FFmpeg, extract audio. You can see it is the whole code is given to us for converting a video to MP3 directly. So we can use this whole thing. Okay. Instead of this is given to us by ChatGPT. Instead of this, what we can do, we can use this. Format is correct. This is the thing we need. Best audio, best. Post processor, we need to extract the audio. You can see this is how we are extracting the audio. This is the my logger. We don't need the logger for now. Progress hook. So we can also show the progress hook, but we don't need it progress thing. We need this thing. And these are the options. We are passing it down, and here we will download the video just like it. Okay, but here I want to specify one thing. I want to specify the no playlist option. So how can I do that? Let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, instead of wasting time, I want to only download single video in the playlist instead of all. How do I pass? Which param? How do I pass? No argument like we have asked, and it will. Okay, so we can use this thing. No playlist is equal to true. That's cool. Now save this. We will try over this thing again. Let's send this and wait. Okay, here we are getting something now. Here we are saying make sure to using latest version. Okay, so we are not using the latest version of YTDL. Unable to extract uploader. So let's find this issue. Let's go to here, search on the web, and go to here. You can see force install. We need to download the latest version. So basically let's go to top, and here we can install the latest version. To install it right away, cool. Here you can also use let's use this thing. I think we need to update this. So we are reinstalling everything. That's good. And now we will run our server again and try it again. Send this. Okay, so we are getting the same. We want the verbose to be true. Let's also pass this as a param. Copy this, like save this thing. Okay, so this is what we have got in the error. We are using the latest version, but still I'm getting the problem. So I have installed the YouTube Dual using Homebrew. So I have to update this, I guess. Let's update using Homebrew, and I will open my terminal. I will close this. Let's install YouTube DL and wait for some time. You should not have this problem. This is on my machine because I haven't updated it for a long time. You can see I have a lot of, it was old and it is installing the update. Let's find out it works. We will try to, we can use this thing, but yeah, let's send it again. Still we are getting the issue. So what we can do now, let's create a virtual environment. It will be a good idea to create a virtual environment, and ChatGPT also told us to create. Basically, virtual environment helps us in battling these kinds of error because Python version management kind of sucks. Python 3, and what we will do -m, and we will say virtual environment venv. We can say virtual environment, or we can say env. Let's call it venv. It will create a new folder which you can see, and you can also notice a pop-up. We noticed a new environment. Do you want to select it for first? Yes, you can create yes. And now you will see that these packages are not installed. So we need to install these packages inside our virtual environment. To activate this virtual environment, what we need to do is we use source venv/bin/activate, and this is how here you can see YouTube to MP3 our virtual environment got updated. And now we will install all the requirements. Okay, so pip install requirement.txt. It will install our requirements inside. Inside. Okay, so we have to specify this R command like this, and it will install our requirements these packages inside our virtual environment. Now everything is good, looking good. Okay, let's close this thing, and now we will learn UV main app reload. So now our server is running. Let's go here and try it again. Okay, so still we are getting there, unable to extract. So while resolving this YouTube DL thing, what I found is YouTube DL isn't maintained anymore. You can see isn't maintained anymore. So I would recommend. So people are saying use YTDLP. Okay, and let's search YTDLP and use this installation. Here we can use a PIP install YTDLP like this, and that's all. We don't need to use this YouTube DL thing anymore. And how to use this? Basically, we can also tell ChatGPT to use YTDLP instead of that. And also for that, what you can see, this is how. So it's basically the simple formula, or we can say it's the simple code structure. So from YTDLP import YouTube DL and YouTube DL dot. Here we can use it to extract info. Here we can do everything we need. YouTube DL import YTDL. We can import it directly, simple like this, and dot YouTube DL YTDL option, and we can download the URLs here like this. That's cool. And the one thing here you can see, we don't have to pass inside this array. We can directly pass the URL list. We can directly pass like this. Okay, so it has to be the URLs. Okay, correct. It was correct. So it takes URL list. So this is our list and our URL. Now our server should work. Let's run our server again and try it. Now everything looks good. Application startup complete. Send this command. Here we can see it is downloading and doing all the things. And now it got some another error. Okay, that's okay. That's bearable because we have downloaded the MP4, and you can see invoking HTTP downloader. We have downloaded and we have converted everything, but FFmpeg is not working for some reason. So now for to make FFmpeg work, we can use FFmpeg Python. Okay, we can use FFmpeg Python, or we don't need this thing. We don't need, because we are already converting it using post processor. So we can remove this thing. Here we can go to this docs and we can see how it is working. Let's see if it downloaded the correct thing. Yeah, it downloaded the correct thing. Stuff is looking good, but it downloaded actually MP3 file. So we can use MP3 here. We can remove this MP3 temp file name, and that's how we can do it, because it is directly using the preprocessor and converting the thing. Okay, so save the whole thing. Wait for the application to start again, and let's send this command. Okay, so we got something. Reveal in Finder. I don't know, something is missing. Let me correct it. So basically somehow I managed to fix that error. Number one thing I did was updating my FFmpeg. So I have run brew install FFmpeg. So what it does is it will update all my packages and it will fix everything. So I haven't upgraded it for so long. So now I have upgraded it. After I have upgraded it, it worked basically. Then I have did some changes which I will tell you now. What I will do, I will put this file on my GitHub so you can see the code what I have done. Here you can see I am using Supabase URL, Supabase key, everything is looking good. Here we have done, but here I have removed the plus MP3 which was here. So this is the temporary file name. Here the file will be saved and I am returning temp file plus MP3. So this is the thing which you need to do is you just need to pass the file name, not the extension. Extension will be automatically assigned by YDL, and YDL will manage everything. And when you need, when we downloaded the output at this location, we can return this location plus MP3. And now we have the location of this MP3 file like this. Let's delete the existing one, and I will show you the demo how it works. Save this thing. Here you can see everything is looking same, but I did a new thing here. The uploading logic is same, but to get the public URL of that object that we have recently uploaded, which is the MP3 file, we need to call supabase.storage from bucket, and we need to get the public URL of it. And we can use the same thing here like this. We are getting the public URL of this response, and we are saying uploaded to Supabase bucket, and then we are removing the MP3 file which we have downloaded inside the temporary location, and then we are returning this MP3 URL. So this is the whole code which we need for our AI app song generator thing. So Now what we need to do, our application is running. I will also put this on GitHub so you can see the code. It is pretty standard code and easy code. But yeah, due to version fixes, I have to manage to get my error resolved. So now I will go to let's copy this thing. Okay, let's copy this URL and we will pass this URL over here. You can see if we don't pass the secret key, if we send the request, you can see we are not allowed. But if we send it with secret key, it is allowed. And in just a few seconds, we will get our MP3 URL. Let's wait for some time. I don't think it should take like more than 10 seconds. You can see it took 10 seconds for a song which is pretty 4 or 5 minutes. Let's see how much was that song. This song was 4 minutes 24 seconds, and you can see all the stuff is happening in the background. We are downloading the video, we are converting in, we are uploading it and sending the URL to over here. And when we open this URL, we should be able to play the music, and you can see we can hear the song and we can access this URL to the public. If you open this URL inside the in the incognito mode, it will work. So this is what we want, and this is a service which we have used. Now, as I said to you in the video, I said that we are going to deploy it on Railway, but we are not going to deploy it on Railway. Railway app here. We are not going to deploy it on Railway because Railway doesn't allow us to use YTDL library. This one, YTDLP library. Railway won't allow us. So what we are going to use something called fly.io. Okay, so we are going to use fly.io. So let's sign up for a new account. It is actually free. You can authorize fly.io. It is also a great way to deploy your backend application or any application you want. So we can deploy it with some basic configuration using like fly.io launch and something like this. Add a payment to keep using our platform. You can see we need to add a payment method. So what you need to do, you need to put your credit card details over this plan, and you will get like $5 per month of users for free, and it should be pretty good to go. But I have already installed FlyCTL, and I have another account which I will use now to deploy this application. So what you need to do is just use, if you are on macOS, just install and use FlyCTL launch. And here we are. We will close our application. We will remove every print we have, or we can keep it. Basically, it's a pretty simple application. We will close everything and we will deploy it. So use the command flyctl launch, and you can see it is assigning stuff for our application. Do you want to tweak this setting before proceeding? Do you need Postgres? We don't need the Redis. Yeah, it's pretty. Most app need about 1 GB over M. That's good. Let's go. Okay, so to launch this, I will use my previous account. Let me sign in using GitHub. You can see now we can confirm the setting. We can confirm my region. I can use my near region. Details on services, memory and CPU, and everything is looking good. Basically, we are using 8000, so we can use 8000 over here. Okay, confirm the settings, and now we can close this. Here you can see use the region restricted or scale. See over regions. Okay, so we have to do this again. I think that region is not available for some. You can see launch part or highlight. We can use Amsterdam. It's actually good. Yes, we want to tweak these settings. So let's tweak these settings. I would choose the Amsterdam. I would choose 8000 and let's go. Now it is launching. We have generated simple proc, modify it, and then we can run fly deploy. So here you can see it has generated a few stuff for ourselves. A proc file. Modify this proc file that fits your need. Instead, in this we have that fly.toml file. Here we can define a few stuff. Okay, here we can define that we need ffmpeg installed inside our machine before deploying this. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So if we go to resources in the documentation, here if we search ffmpeg, we should be able to see something like apt install Rails with Node.js, ffmpeg own. What is this? Fly. So fly ffmpeg is not a Python package, it's an internal package. So we need to use some kind of Docker. Assume whatever application using it, you can add it to. Yeah, we have to use a Docker file. Yeah, so this is what I need, build.pre. So you can see this is our fly.toml file. This is the environment port. This is the internal port, HTTP service. No, I don't think we need 8000. Okay, so we need 8000 port, but yeah, we can keep it as it is now. You don't have to worry about if you don't know what is toml file and how to write it. You can just assume it is some kind of DevOps stuff that we are configuring now. We need to deploy this to FlyIO. That's why we are doing this. Now, as you can see, I am searching this thing, so I end up with using simple Docker file. So this is what we need as well. We need a simple Docker file for our FastAPI application. So we can ask ChatGPT for it also. So give me the Docker file for this app, simple, and it will give us the Docker file, which is pretty basic and simple. Set environment variable, no, this is not we want. Requirements, okay, but yeah, you can see this this file doesn't contain fmmpg. You didn't added fmmpg inside this. So you can see ChatGPT 3.5 kind of not accurate or correct. This is the command which we need to run before installing our stuff. So we can also use fly.io. I don't know, but yeah, it should have something so that we don't have to create a Docker file. So pre-commands, pre-build, we can customize this fly.toml file. I want to know that if we can customize fly.io to install some packages before running the app. So what I'm searching is I'm trying to find a way without using Docker. Docker is our last option to host this application, but if we don't use Docker, I'm trying to find a way that we can modify this toml file and do some stuff, deploy our application basically. So these are all kind of configuration we can do inside the toml file. CPUs, GPUs, okay, so we can use the GPUs as well. That's good. So currently we building Docker image to be used. Currently we are using this thing, this builder, but this person is saying that if we use this builder, which one is this? Build pack, local build pack. Okay, so we can, I think, skip this thing and we can use a custom Docker file. Okay, we can use a custom Docker file, which is this one. This is the thing which we need. This is the same thing which we need. Okay, so copy the whole thing, create a Docker file, okay, and paste everything here. So we will use Python. So what is Docker file? Basically, Docker file is a way to deploy our application to the cloud so that it works similar to like it is working inside our application. So what do we need? So instead of this, what we will do, we will install Python 3.10. So instead of this, we will say if you go here and if you are on Mac OS, you can use Control plus space to get all the recommendation we have. So we need we can use 3.10 slim bulai. Yeah, this is good. Work directory is nothing. We can remove this because we are inside this thing. So we can remove both of these things. You don't need, because this is the same directory in which we are working. And then we can run the command apt-get update and apt-get install fmmpg. That's all we need. We don't need these packages. Remove them. And then what we can do, we can go to our ChatGPT. Where is this? This is. So set environment variables. So this is the thing which you can use or not use. It won't matter. Work directory. Yeah. Work directory /app. Okay. So I don't think we need to use this thing. Copy requirement txt inside app. Okay. So set the working inside the container. So we are using /app and we are copying the requirements inside the application. So where is this app? This app is on our server inside the container, inside the Docker container. We are creating the work directory. We are copying our requirement.txt, which is this one, inside the server container application folder. And then we are running no cache requirement. That's okay. And then we are copying everything and we are exposing 8000 and then we are running this. So this is exactly what we need. So copy the whole thing. This is correct. This is the correct Docker file. Paste here. Instead, we will use 10 because we want to use the latest version. We will use this. That's all we need. This is the exact correct thing what we need. And that's all. That's all for now. And other thing, we need to update the secrets on our, let's sign in. We need to update the secrets. Okay. So this is my personal. Here you can see YouTube to MP3. If I click over here, I can go to it and I can update the secrets. Secrets are environment variables. And inside the overview, you can see this is the URL to our, this is the URL of our API address. Okay, this is our API, which we will use inside our AI song generator application. Or if you are watching this as a single tutorial, you can use it inside any of your applications. So let's go to secrets, create a new secret. this is our secret. Supabase URL is this. Copy it, paste here, set secret, Supabase key, and secret token is this. You can also set them using command line, using flyctl command line, but yeah, this is a way using UI and simpler way. So now everything is good to go. We just need to run fly deploy. Let's copy this command and run fly deploy. It will deploy our application. So you need to put your debit card or credit card details on fly.io to run this. Don't worry, it won't cost you money, but yeah, now you can see it is working. Okay, why is there are so many things? We have did a mistake. We have created Docker file after we have configured our fly.io. So we need to delete this fly.toml and proc file, and we need to launch this thing again. So we'll do this. Let's let it finish first, and if this doesn't work, we will delete the fly.toml and proc file, and we will use fly launch and fly deploy commands again to deploy it to our server. Now you can see the app is not listening to this and that because we have did a mistake. That's I told you. So we will delete this fly.toml and this proc file, and we will relaunch our application again. So what we will do, fly deploy. Let's use fly launch to create configuration files again, and we will use this. Okay, so instead of flyctl launch, you can use fly launch and all kind of stuff. Detected a Docker file setup. You can see now it has detected a Docker file, so it won't use our previous thing. And in the Docker file, we have exposed our 8000 port, and we are listening to 8000. That's correct. Exposing means Docker container is basically on the server. They have a machine. Inside the machine, they will create a container. Container is basically, you can assume it as a box inside the server, which will contain the similar configuration like our machine has. Now it is saying, yes, I want to make the settings change. This is a thing, YouTube to MP3, organization, personal, and I would say, choose this region, port is 8000, and now you can see it got the port from the Docker file, and we can confirm these settings. We have to now do one thing again. We have to delete this YouTube to MP3, this one. We have to delete this YouTube to MP3, and we have to update the secrets inside this. Now you can see it is building and doing all kind of stuff over here. Go to secrets, and here we can define. So in this short tutorial, we have learned how to create a FastAPI server using 80% code is written by ChatGPT. We have just did a few configuration and how to deploy it to whole world and use it as a service inside another application. So it's a big achievement if you are beginner to backend development and stuff. But yeah, we have used FMMPG, we have used YT, DL library and everything. So I would say it's a pretty huge achievement if you have watched till now. And if you want to know more about how to use this backend inside React Native mobile application, you can enroll in my full stack React Native course and learn more about building full stack mobile applications. Let's wait for some time till it finishes deploying this to production. This command is important, otherwise our app won't work, because we have to install FMMPG, because inside the main here you can see this package YTDLP. It uses FMMPG as a inside the processor. Okay, now it is checking that if our app is running or not, and we can go to this overview inside our fly.io dashboard and we can check. This video is not sponsored by fly.io or Supabase or anyone. Why I am showing you all of this? Because I like using these services and these are my personal picks. In the monitoring, you can see the logs we have here. So yeah, we are getting some stuff over here. You can see no module name, okay, YTDLP, because we haven't put it inside required. Okay, so we haven't put it inside this, so we have to put it inside required.txt, otherwise it won't work. Okay, now we will deploy it again, and it won't take this much time. On the first time deploying, it takes a lot of time because of doing all this kind of downloading and stuff. But yeah, now you can see our machine is crashing. These are all logs because of we haven't installed YTDLP. So we have to use this. Okay, so YTDLP is necessary for this application. Now that's okay, and we have updated this file and we can deploy it again. So what we can do, we can say flyctl deploy. It will verify everything and it will deploy our application, and it will be faster this time. You can see it won't take more than 1-2 minutes. You can see these commands are already cached. It will only run these commands because this package is changed. Now as you can see, our app is deployed and running on here, this URL. And let's see what is happening right now. So go to overview. This is our application, and if we try to go to the URL, let's find out what is happening. You can see we are getting message hello world. It means our application is running. So if you go to monitoring, you can see our app is good to go. And now it's time to use this API endpoint we have just created to create here. This is our application. We will post. Let's go to, so this is our application, and we will make a post request to it without secret key. Let's see what happens. You can see not allowed. And if we make it the request with secret, this is the song. This is a song, and we want a YouTube URL. Let's send it and see what happens. How much time it takes to give us an MP3 URL. And now you can see in just 10 seconds, we have got a music MP3 file from a video, and you can try it on any video. Let's try it for this video. Okay. And these are videos are saved inside our Supabase storage. Let's send it and check if it is working. So in just 8 seconds, we have got another MP3 URL from a YouTube video. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you have learned a lot in this full stack, basically scratch from deploy to fly.io and using ChatGPT and doing all kind of stuff. And if you are excited, if you are excited to learn more about how you can get your skills to the next level, you can visit Club of Coders and you can watch this course. So this tutorial is the part of this course, and you can enroll in this course and create a full stack mobile application with some AI features as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you in next tutorial.